Mind your work, work your mind. If you are a freelancer, this video is for you. The topic today is how to set standards and prosper as a freelancer. Setting standards will help you determine what type of freelancing assignments you are willing to accept and at what price. Without standards, you end up accepting any morsel of work that comes your way. You remain stuck in the gut-tightening, demoralizing position of doing work you despise for clients you don't like, just because you need the money. If you don't outline the criteria under which you are willing to work, you would never rise to the level where you could be selective about the projects you take on. So defining your standards is very important. You can do this by beginning to envision and then list down the conditions under which you would accept work, as well as the type of work you are willing to do and not do. So, what sort of standards should you set? Here is an example of a freelance business that may appeal to you. We'll use a copywriting business as an example. A set of standards may appear like this: I do not provide free or spec work for any reason. I charge a 25% premium for all rush jobs. I do not begin work without 50% project fees paid up front. I don't write white papers or annual reports. I don't work for ad agencies. I don't answer the phone every time it rings. To speak with me, clients or prospects must first book an appointment. I don't do work that requires me to sacrifice my weekends. I only do work that is within my target industry and/or niche. I only accept projects where my hourly earnings will equate to $150 per hour or higher, or daily earnings of no less than $500 or higher, or weekly earnings of $2,000 or more. As you prepare your list of standards, you will notice you'll come up with a long list of statements like, I won't do this and I don't do that. You'll find creating your list will fill you with a great sense of control. And it's crucial for every aspiring wealthy freelancer to get comfortable with the idea and the feeling of being in control. Why? Because most freelancers are completely out of control. By that I mean, they let other people, meaning their clients, set the terms and conditions under which they work. It's like working for an employer without employment benefits and dental care. Wealthy freelancers, however, are in control. They really do call the shots. They really do have the freedom to decide what work they take on and what work they reject. However, as you start, don't expect that all your freelance work would conform to your new lofty standards right off the bat. But that's not the point. The point is, you're ambitious enough to know that you would one day have a set of standards like the ones mentioned earlier. What's important is that you set your standards right now and that you make them lofty and ambitious. In other words, aspire them now and adhere to them later. Then from this moment on, you can begin to compare every project that comes your way to your new standards. Realize, especially if you're just starting out, that hardly any, or perhaps none of the projects you take on will conform to your full list of standards, but that's fine. There is no shame in taking on work that's less than perfect if you have bills to pay, mouths to feed, or credibility to build. It's one thing to choose to accept work that falls below your standards as a stopgap measure. And another thing to be completely oblivious to the notion of standards in the first place. When you take the time to think about and write down your ideal standards, you take a gigantic leap forward in your freelance business. The freelancer with a set of established standards is on her way to becoming wealthy. Standards put you in the right frame of mind to receive the right kind of work. They help you focus on the kind of work you ultimately want to do and give you the motivation to keep seeking out high-quality clients who will send this work your way. Imagine the sense of accomplishment you'll feel when you actually land the project that for the first time conforms to every single criterion on your list of standards. Do not rob yourself of this experience. Set your standards now. I hope you find this video helpful. Look out for other videos in this series of Successful Wealthy Freelancer in Mind Your Work, Work You Mind. Don't forget to share, like and subscribe. Thank you, and until next time, have a happy and healthy life.